This poem is called The Conflict. I try to wrap my mind around the perils of each new time. New era, new terror. Now there's nothing scarier than death except maybe life left bereft. Because that solitude is not so serene, not so green, inspiring greed, that fiend furnishing vice. I'm told that to be the best is superiority, but I look around and see that less than best is the majority. So now tell me, how do we hide and how have we hidden what is kind? And what is this kind? How do we define what has so long been missing? And how do we speak to a people that just won't listen? So now listen and learn a lesson, if only to allow us to lessen the hurt, the pain, the naivety, the blame. The shame is that the dogma holds the fame. Myself before you, cause you are not my brother, asking me to be the keeper of another. The dogma utters a shrill to my soul, creating a tear so full from seeing what is so empty, and of that there is plenty. So what is meant for me to do, as been told, preached by the wise, and seen to unfold, life beheld is truly unfair. But are we not all made fairly aware of that existing despair? A tireless affair that so many refuse to repair. So with that, I declare, though unfair, we make it fairly so consistent, by and by so persistent. It is our own accord that affords the tragedy to continue, making sadness the appetizer, offering suffering the larger menu. True. Too true. The power of one is still only you. But what are you meant to do with a bitten tongue? Let your voice speak as mine is speaking, seeking a solution that ought not be so hard to find, though it is a fight broken out in the tattered streets of a mind, the fetid beats of a mind trapped inside our minds. But pay no mind to my blind banter, pitiless pander. I find that these words, too often spoken, simply do not matter, too often broken down, and left to shatter. But still I pine. Be kind, leave no life, no man, no strange other left behind. Make haste to embrace the gifts of knowing, of assisting another. Aren't we all meant to be that humane sister, that wise brother? I'm really interested in social realism. I'm also a political science double major. The thing about language in English is that it controls communication. Absolutely everything in our life is controlled by language. Systems of governance, systems that create our identities, all of this has to be communicated in some way. Even our physical gestures of like waving a hand and saying hi is communicated through language. We think through language. So if you can control and master your specific language, have access to your culture, you're going to be able to have a lot of opportunities in your life. And I think that that's why so many employers value seeing an English major on a transcript, because it's absolutely one of the most dynamic things that is needed in your everyday life. I'm always really concerned with trying to inspire and change things. I think you can definitely see that in my poetry. Like I said, it just dives into social realism, and I think that if I wasn't able to access people's emotions, if I wasn't able to convey meaning appropriately, it would all be for naught. So I need my English major to accomplish the ends that I want to achieve in life. I think that rather than saying my favorite English class, I'd rather just say that I enjoy the classes that really dive into critical theory, because it really lets you know that there's more than just the science of structured language out there. That, like I said, language is about control, language is about structures of power. So I love those classes that really let you know that English isn't just about reading and writing. This poem was from my trip in Africa. It is called Ghost Children. Thump, thump, the little boy's heart beats as he walks slowly down those Mozambique streets. Thump, thump, red clay on his feet, no shoes of his own, no morsel to eat. Thump, thump, machete in his hand, only 5 years old, but like a soldier he must stand. Thump, thump, now he works those fields, chopping someone's sugar cane, paid in small half meals. Thump, thump, still thirsty and faint, he steals from the merchant, gets caught and restrained. Thump, thump, his punishment is harm as they stretch him on the ground, remove his hand from his arm. Thump, thump, Tears fall from his eyes, blood flows down his body. No one cares that he cries, thump, thump. To the hospital he goes, finds out he has AIDS, but to the street disposed, thump, thump. Pot-bellied and diseased, but with no education he can't know to be displeased, thump, thump. Needs to find a place to sleep, with garbage as his blanket falls to a trash heap, thump, thump. But with the night brings the crime, snatched by a group of men to slavery, he's signed, thump, thump. A boy is forced to be a man, standing in an empty field, machete in his good hand, thump, thump. And other children he must kill, suffering from the screams, with guilt he is still, thump, thump. So he digs them their grave, might as well be his own, but to this life he's still enslaved, thump, thump. So he just looks to the sky with God looking down, he wishes he could die, thump, thump. But no one hears him speak, only 5 years old, that ghost born in Mozambique.